This KELO Living segment is sponsored by Marquis Who's Who. Professionals in law, medicine, academia, and science rely on Marquis to obtain accurate industry information, foster important connections, and share their accomplishments with the world.
The intersection of technology and science has become an increasingly powerful catalyst in our lives as AI takes over tasks for humans and reshapes our world.
As technological advancements like AI accelerate and scientific discoveries reshape our understanding of the world, their combined impact on the business landscape is profound.
We're being joined via Zoom by Dr. Sanford Moskowitz, a well-respected professor at St. John's University and the College of St. Benedict in the Twin Cities. He's also the author of 4 books with a 5th in the works.
He's here to talk with us about the subject of his latest book on how the growth of technology and science is impacting the world of business and economics.
Welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk about just that and your sort of take on AI and technology and how that's impacting economics, business, and healing everything around us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of points. First of all, when we talk about AI, we're really talking about I guess I'd call it a special case of a more general trend in science and technology, and that is the digitalization of reality. And that is completely new territory for our society. We've been used to what we call the information technology age, and that's where we create, we being humans, create programs that we feed into computers, and computers then spit out what we want them to spit out, and they do so fast and efficiently. But basically, computers today, as great as they are pretty stupid. They don't think. They only do what we tell them to do. What we're aiming in now, society, is in an age often called the 4th Industrial Revolution, where we go way beyond that to where machines can actually think for themselves. In fact, think beyond what humans would have thought, ideas that we humans wouldn't even come up with in terms of solutions for pressing problems. That's the age we're really focusing on. AI, of course, is very important, but what we're really talking about, as I say, is the digitalization of reality, where we just don't feed machines synthetic or made-up programs, but the machines actually scan the world, and through sensors and other systems, they absorb what they see and feel, and put that into digital language, which then can be used to resolve, address major issues. So it's a new world, and as I say, it's IT, information technology, was the 3rd Industrial Revolution. We're really entering into the 4th Industrial Revolution.
What are some of the pros and cons that might come along with that?
Oh, many. There would be, obviously, the pros are great discoveries, and not just in terms of AI, but machines, but in terms of biotech, for example, and the ability, for example, to actually generate organs, and thus solve the organ shortage problem. And this is coming along as well. But also, of course, the ability of machines to think can be immensely useful in terms of climate change. The idea that a machine can think of solutions that we couldn't think of, or we wouldn't think of, that would resolve that disaster that's looming before us, as well as medical issues, diagnoses, being able to tell, for example, when a woman gets breast cancer, to be able to predict accurately way sooner than machines can today. And again, this would be, of course, obviously an immense benefit. So the benefits, and of course, productivity, efficiency in the manufacturing sector. It's pretty great, but yeah, there are problems. Now, one of the big issues that's often described as a problem for AI and for the digitalization of reality is what will happen if robots become smarter than we are and don't need us anymore. Now it's an issue that has been discussed by pioneers in the AI field recently, and they have some concern over that. And we could also think of it as possibly the next evolutionary stage in the human history. We took over. Humans took over. The humans that we know today took over for the earlier cavemen. Well, maybe the machines will be taking over for us, and we have to accept that as the next evolutionary step. That's way in the future, possibly, but more immediately, the big issue, of course, three things, all related. One, jobs. Will digitalization of reality, will it basically destroy jobs, kill jobs? That's certainly one. The other issue, and related, is will it increase the gap, the wealth gap between the rich and the poor? This is something that's being really of great concern and of immediate concern. And then there is the question of who's going to control AI and the fourth industrial revolution. And generally, we bring it down to two powers, U.S. or China. And we don't know the answer to that yet. So that's to be seen.
Right.
Real quickly, we're almost out of time here, but what got you interested in this subject to begin with?
Yeah, there was always a long process that I wouldn't recommend to anybody. But I started out with science, physics major in undergraduate school. Did well, got into some good graduate schools. Decided not to go to graduate school in physics. Didn't know what I wanted to do. Went into publishing. Got fired from that, and then decided to go into history. So got into Columbia University and got a doctorate in history. I started out actually in early 17th century European history, and then moved into history of technology.
Well, I think, I don't know, I might have stayed in that early 17th century European history myself, but thank you for everything that you've brought to us today and for joining us.
Thank you.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This
Bye-bye.
appearance of Sanford Moskowitz has been made possible by Ascend Agency in Irvine, California. If you're interested in PR representation, you can contact them by phone at 749-302-7490 or online at ascendagency.com. If you're interested in finding out more about Sanford Moskowitz, you can like his page on Facebook. That's sanford.moskowitz. This KELO Living segment has been sponsored by Marquee Who's Who. Professionals in law, medicine, academia, and science rely on marquees to obtain accurate industry information, foster important connections, and share their accomplishments with the world.